Wow, just take a look at how he landed on one ski. If we hadn't seen the second element of equipment flying right behind him, we would have decided that this was a carefully planned trick. But for this Canadian extreme skiing professional, such a situation is a common thing. Bryce is ready for everything that can happen on a dangerous ski track. This is not footage from a horror movie. This is the real power of nature and the real person who conquered it. Pedro Viana is a fearless Brazilian surfer. His name is known to everyone who knows something about surfing. He is one of the few people who were able to conquer a monster wave 60 feet high. However, there were also terrible falls in his career when the chances of salvation were almost non-existent. If you fall from a giant wave, you are immediately covered by a colossal mass of water, and it is almost impossible to swim out alive. In addition, waves of this height are formed in the coastal shelf, and if you fall, you're inevitably carried to the rocks. Pedro himself says that he is not afraid of risk and is not afraid to be happy. This base jumper and paraglider looks like a person who will not be scared by anything. Surrounded by the most beautiful landscapes of mountainous Norway, Anthony Newton simply kills the law of universal gravitation. But his most terrible trick is jumping in a wingsuit. This is a special wingsuit that allows you to perform long flights. We're waiting for new tricks from Anthony and moving on. Edward Filene was fond of parkour as a child. A lucky chance brought him to the circus. His signature show is the performance of 3 different flips on the outside of the Wheel of Death. And if you thought that you had the most difficult job in the world, just think that this guy really has no right to make a mistake. The Wheel of Death is considered one of the most dangerous circus acts. It was on it that the largest number of accidents occurred. Edward has no safety rope, and the only thing that gives an imaginary sense of security is the mats on the floor. Edward himself says that he is aware of the danger of his work, but he simply does not have a fear of heights. You can watch this virtuoso forever. He turns every hit of the ball into a pocket into a real staged show. If you were tearing your hair out on the bottle tossing trick from the 3rd attempt, just imagine how many unsuccessful takes he had to do for these shots. Did you know that the first billiard sharper was King Stanislaw Radziwiłł? He tilted the table, and the opponents could never get into the pocket. This guy, with his talent, doesn't need such tricks. He's already a real genius in this business. No, it's not Legolas from Lord of the Rings. And no, it's not Hawkeye from Marvel. This guy's name is James Jean, and he's an incredible archer. His name sounds like a new superhero name. Like this video if you agree. Aaron Frodegringham is just a fantastic extreme athlete whose disability could not prevent him on the way to his dream. He performs incredible stunts in a wheelchair and invented his own new kind of motocross. Aaron was motivated by his older brother Brian, who was showing off at the local skater park on his BMX. At first, Aaron just watched it, but after that, he began to make attempts to repeat these tricks despite his disability. He fell, but he got up, and one day he succeeded. Support the guy in the comments because he deserved it. This lady, with incredible stretch, decided to surprise all vacationers on the beach with her flexibility. There is a lot of work behind such a beautiful shape. Let's wish this girl never to give up and continue to surprise her fans. Just look at what an amazing physical shape this man is in. His name is George Hood, and he is already 64 years old. But for the former Marine, it wasn't enough to just keep himself in good shape. He also set a world record. In 2020, he performed the plank exercise for 8 hours and added his name to the Guinness Book of Records. George himself said that the victory was very hard for him. While he was preparing for the record, he had to perform the plank every day for 5 hours and have a few more hours of strength training. Such willpower is certainly worthy of our respect. Many people know how to rollerblade, or rather, they thought like that until watching these videos. This guy's name is Nurhan, and he can do anything. Ride along the highway on one leg or drive with his back along one of the busiest city avenues in Istanbul. If there was a title of Roller Star of the East, then it would definitely belong to him. Let's wish this guy good luck and never get caught by the traffic police. And also, let's support his endeavors with a powerful like. As you probably guess, such an incredible physical form this guy can make envious even an experienced athlete. His name is Titilope Afolayan, and he works in the field of information technology. At the same time, his real passion is fitness. That's why he looks so incredibly cool. He is fit and pumped up, and he has the perfect abs. Now, like this video if you want to have the very same astonishing abs. While you're lying on your couch at home, this guy has found 1,001 ways to use it in a different way. And he was even able to find a place for it in a gym. On the web, you can easily find a lot of videos with guys using the most unusual objects to exercise and develop their muscles. Now, meet Matthias McKinnon. He is a former professional American football player, a fitness trainer, a gym owner, and a social media star.